Then the second time I did that again, I did it the Jack in the Box, the surprise mode, is when I was leaving civil service completely. You know, I was with the Corps. Would say we were just starting to come out of COVID. We were still like telework. I think telework most of the week, but maybe 1 or 2 days they would tell us we can go into the office. And this was in late 21. And so I'll have to do another episode to really go to the story that's leading up. But anyway, going back to the last episode, I was just fed up. And then something had happened, you know, with the supervisor, because again, we were supposed to be teleworking most of the week. And then a supervisor down here that was not my boss called my boss and said, hey, you know, we need Don to be at our site. Now, real quick, for the people out there, I was a safety officer in the city that I live in. There's 4 bases that I have to go to, and each base has about 20 projects apiece. So that's like 80 something projects, plus another city 2.5 hours south of here, Corpus Christi. They had about 20 projects. And then the base out west of here that was 2.5 hours in Del Rio, the little base out there, they had about 10 or 15 projects. So I had 100 projects that I had to oversee. They wasn't hiring no help or anything. So anyway, with that being said, this one supervisor just thought, hey, he just needs to be here with us. Forget about those other 99 projects. And I told him, hey, it don't work that way. But anyway, they called my boss. My boss was like, oh yeah, if Don needs to be there, he needs to be there. And then they had the phone on speaker. He didn't know I was in the room listening, because my boss was in your town, Fort Worth. And so I'm listening, and he was like, and I'm still going to hold him accountable to go to the other project sites, make sure. And I said, oh, really? Okay. You know, I was just sitting back. I was like, oh, got you. And I went home that evening, and I wasn't really mad, because again, this had been like the 4th, 5th time back in love again that it went bad. But at the same time, what I did, I said, man, I woke up that morning, and it was a Friday morning. I'll never forget. I woke up, I said, I think it's time. It's time. And so 8 o'clock came. I just wrote an email, you know, my resignation email, and I attached Word document, my resignation letter. And boy, you know, because I had emailed my boss in Fort Worth, all my co-workers that were, you know, in the region, emailed the bosses down here just to let them know, so they can inform their people that, hey, you're not going to have a safety guy after this date. And boy, my inbox, that shit looked like, it was like a waterfall. It was just popping up like, everybody, oh my God, where are you going? Hey, where was all this when everything was good? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the point is, again, is I didn't tell anybody I was going. Oh, and this last part I wanted to add in. I had leave. I had a bunch of leave. Like, oh Lord, I had like 2 or 3 months of leave. So this happened in the summer. So I took a month off. I said, hey, I'm taking 30 days. And when I come back, I'm going to work a week. I'm going to take another 30 days. And I was like, and by that time, I was like, that last week, I'm just coming in for 2 days, turn all my stuff in, out process, get everything signed, rebidergy. And boy, they were mad. They didn't give me no going away gift, no party, no nothing. It was like, get your black ass out of here. Go ahead.
Everybody, I guess, is different, because I have a friend who working down in Del Rio, right, at the base down there. And he started there beginning of the year, and he didn't want to go down there first of all, because ain't nothing down there.
Oh Lord, it's horrible.
Zero.
Ain't nothing. I didn't even see a goat in that mother.
Look, okay. So he went down there. He said, John Mark's kind of thinking, he's like, okay, they're offering me a job, and I think he had a choice between Houston and Del Rio. I think Del Rio was the higher GS-12 position. Okay. So he was like, okay, cool, I get the supervisor's experience and everything. But again, like, he was trying to get the whole picture. Like, I'm paying for my house here, my house, apartment there, and all that stuff. So he was really putting out money too. You know what I'm saying? So 5 months in, he was trying to get out of the year. He was 5 months in. He was applying to jobs and stuff. He wanted to get back home, but just put a filler out there. And he ended up getting a job back here. It was probably PM, I think. PM.
Yeah.
So he got a job back here, and he gave them. He had already warned the people, like the security manager, and I think his boss, kind of was like, "Hey, I'm looking, at other positions. I'm trying to stay the whole year." But when he got it, they were sad to see him go because they're like, he's the one type of leaders. He's like, okay, he came in, got people together, like people that were lazy. And he was getting things in line. He was coming up with processes. He was doing things a lot better than I guess they were used to. So the commander's like, dang, I hate to see you go. I really want you to stay. But they did get him a going away gift. But some people were probably happy to see him go. Some people were not. But he was happy to go. So I guess it depends.
Yep.
So,
yep. Yeah. And so, that's the moral to the story for everybody out there, is just that when you decide to step out of that box or whatever, or decide to go your own way, your own path or whatever, and you do find whatever you're looking for, again, as I said, it could be another job, better pay, better benefits, or it could be, that side hustle or that dream business or whatever that you wanted. Main thing is to be quiet. You got to be quiet. You got to be incognito. You got to be like a damn spy or something. And make sure, don't say anything until everything gets finalized on paper and you're getting ready to walk out the door. Then you can say something. Then. So that's the main role. Don't just go out there and just blab out to everybody and say, oh man, yeah, I'm leaving and da 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 da. So, any last words?
No, I completely agree. Don't look. Keep it on hush hush until you got the letter signed, got a start date. But sometimes things can go the other way. You thought you had that job and you didn't quit the whole job. And you didn't tell people like, "Hey, I'm leaving you," and then you like, "Oh dang, now I gotta eat my words." And hey, can I stay? My bad. I didn't mean it. It was a joke. But make sure everything is lined up. Everything is good to go before you start opening your mouth now. So that's it.
Right. That is so funny. Yep. All right. So with that being said, y'all out there, let us know in the comment section if you experienced this and what did you do in this situation. So with that being said, please like, share, subscribe, and we will see y'all in the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for watching. And also, if you are having trouble or currently working in a toxic workplace, then look no further than my book. It's available on Amazon, called Shut Up and Work, Surviving Then Escaping the Workplace. Other than that, have a great day. Take care. Peace.